Okay, today I'm going to be taking a look at the new Legends of Signum starter faction, the Alliance of the Unicorn. This is for Legends of Signum, and this is one of the new factions, so this brings them up to 5 factions, I believe. So there we go. So Legends of Signum, if you haven't come across it before, is a blend of board game with a collectible card game and sort of miniatures components. So this is what you get in the box, and I'll not go through every single component in here, but I'll give you a brief overview. So first off, we have minion tokens or overlord tokens. This is for the new solo mode. So you have wolves, evil eyes. The green rim ones are specific for the Alliance of the Unicorn. They are friendly minions as opposed to creatures. Get a set of 6 dice. These are used for your melee and shooting combat attacks. You get relevant tokens, so wounds, armor, that sort of thing, which are upgrades for your in-game, or if you get wounded, you get wounded. Prosperity tokens as well, which is a key mechanic. You get the terrain markers for your board. So either generic or specific. So the Golden Forest is a Alliance of the Unicorn specific piece of terrain. Otherwise you can get rocks and forests. There's a few more minions and monsters in there as well. Get our honor tracker, which is also your rage tracker for the new quest mode. Get your battle deck. Gives you all the relevant cards for building your force. Like I said, it's like a collectible card game. There are boosters available as well, or you can just play with the starter decks, which is fine. That gives you the ability to equip relics, summon additional characters to help your hero. You have the terrain and the building deck for constructing your city. You have the monster cards. This is for the quest mode. So even though it has on the tokens their stats, they sometimes have special abilities, and these are double-sided. So on this side it's PvP, if you're playing quest mode with an opponent playing the Overlord. On the other side is PvE, if you're playing solo, and they change slightly how they're activated then. Get your Overlord deck, which again is split. PvE, get 10 cards, and PvP, get 22 cards. You get, grab these out, your measuring sticks. So everything has a range in centimeters, although they're always given to you in small, medium, large and extra large, so you can just use a tape measure if you want, or just rock on with those. We have a 60 centimeter square mat to play on, and we also have our instruction deck. Instruction booklet rather. So again, familiar to anybody who's played cards, like Magic the Gathering. This gives you a glossary down one side of all the special abilities, which are handy when you're starting out, so you're not having to constantly reference any rules. They're on the card or on this glossary. Tells you how to set up your tabletop. So you've got your battlefield where the actual gameplay takes place. your battle deck, your hand, where you build your city, which is generally on the table edge beside you, discard pile, graveyard, that sort of thing. The other side goes through a standard turn. So what you do in each phase and the order the phases are played out in. So just a handy quick reference guide. And the last bit of card we have is the actual hero for the set. So in this case, Adrian the Hunter. And also the quests for the quest mode. So these are split into night and day. So as you can see, we have day and we have night. There are 3 day cards. When I find them, there we go, 2 and 3, and then 12 night. And these are shuffled separately when you're playing quest mode, and then day is put on top. So the 3 you will hit first are always going to be the easiest 3, which gives you a chance to actually build up your forces before you start encountering some of the tougher quests. It's very much it'll be very familiar to anybody who's played online games like World of Warcraft, where your level 1 character is sent out to pick herbs in the forest, but then later on they're telling you to go and defeat a caravan or bring me back boar ears or whatever it happens to be. So the quest mode's quite interesting, but I'm going to talk about that later in a different video. Looking at our miniatures then. So first off we have the aforementioned hero, and as always it's an incredibly dynamic sculpt. The models are always unique and fantastic. I use that in every sense of the word. There's so much motion and detail in them, but at the same time they seem to have mastered the ability to leave things empty or leave things blank. So people who like, I'm going to use the word artist here, artists who like to spend time doing freehand work can easily do that with these. But at the same time, if you just want to get the miniatures on the board and play, you can get away with washes and dry brushes. So after our hero, we have some of the characters they can bring. So here we have Starin the Animal Charmer. Now, because I'm blind as a bat, I hadn't noticed. You can see that little dip there. Her robe should have sat in that, so she'd have been more standing with the giant were-badger curled around her. But again, another terrific miniature. And the alliance of the unicorn are Elves and Wolfen, who have sort of banded together. So this is a very Japanese manga feel to it. Again, gorgeous miniature, super fine detail. You do have to pay a little bit more for the resin, but you know, quality costs, what can I say? We have Sigrid, the Rune Speaker. So a battle mage of the Wolfen variety. Again, terrific detail. Just the right amount, I would say. You know, you've got these very intricate sort of beading or braiding on the arm. That could just be given a wash over the top, or you could spend some time doing individual sort of highlighting on them. Depends how keen you are on doing it. She also has a friend. So this is Killian, the Captain of Steel Blades. And what's more terrifying than a Wolfen? A heavily armoured Wolfen. Not a model that's going to go down easily. Again, I love the design. It's very it's got a Greco-Roman feel with that crest on it, but at the same time there's an awful lot of Celtic influences with the scrolls, especially on the shield. Sort of knotwork. It's very close to a Manx three-legged symbol there. Again, crisp. That's a crisp thing. We also have an archer. So, Caltel, Sentinel Archer, taking a shot into the air. And this time there's some really intricate detailing on the cloak to match the armour. I don't know if that's a little mask or just a knotwork on the forehead there, but it has a feeling of Robin the Boy Wonder. And lastly, for the Alliance, we have Lindarus, the Knight of Early Spring. He's half-clad, rocking two massive swords. Now, they do need to be straightened out, which I haven't done, but there you go. I am nothing if not lazy. Again, you see this intricate detailing on the shoulder pad there, as if it could be painted in wood. Or if you're not keen on that, you could slap a wash on it and move on. So half-clad. And a bit of a berserker character in game as well. So there we have it, a jam-packed box, everything you need to get started in Legends of Signum as a faction, and obviously all of the new cards, tokens and the like that you need to play that new quest mode. Miniatures are simply stunning as always, so it's really nice to see a new faction coming in for Legends of Signum, that they're expanding the universe and the game, so that yeah, glad to see it. I hope the Kickstarter goes well. Let me know what you think below. I'm going to move on.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now, and while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.